Hey, what's up guys? It's TJ. Guess what? I'm back here today with another training. Today's topic is we are going to be covering understanding your audience as a car sales professional. So, understanding your audience is an important aspect to marketing and sales just because of the fact that if your product's for everybody, then it's for nobody. So that's why it's really important for you to understand exactly who you are speaking to when it comes to your audience so that you can speak to them directly and relate to them. So first off is understanding who your customer avatar is and who exactly it is that you're speaking to, right? So how exactly do you go about defining who your audience is and understanding that, right? So you really want to ask yourself a few questions, right? The first question that I always ask myself when I'm trying to define a certain specific type of audience is, why do people buy from me and my dealership, right? So that being said, it could be for a specific type of program that you have, or you guys attract a certain kind of group. It could be age group, ethnic group. It could be for plenty of reasons, or maybe it could be for a certain type of vehicle there, or you guys have catered more towards a certain kind of niche, like maybe you guys lean towards more car enthusiasts or something like that, right? So that's the first question I ask myself so that I can start thinking, okay, this is the exact reason why people buy from me, is because we specialize in this one thing and we are able to solve this one problem really well at our dealership. So one of the other things you want to ask yourself is, how exactly are you able to serve your clients, right? So that being said, you want to ask yourself how you can help people. So say, for example, you at your dealership, you guys focus on a bad credit finance situation. So that being said, you guys are able to serve people with bad credit who are in a bad situation, right? That's how you can know that you're able to serve that kind of audience. So last but not least is understanding the most common type of person that comes and shops at your dealership. So that's just understanding who they are, what their needs are, and the biggest thing that you help them solve. So that way you guys can quickly discern the type of audience and the type of people that your dealership attracts, right? So when you define your audience, that helps you with your marketing because it immediately helps you build immense rapport and trust with that specific type of person, because you're immediately speaking to their problems and their needs. And when you're speaking to their specific kind of problems and needs, they feel like they're being heard and they're being understood in their exact situation that they're in. And then you're viewed as a problem solver for that specific type of person, right? The second point I want to drive home is you're going to be seen as an authority to this specific type of customer. Why? Because you're going to have a lot of niche specific knowledge for how to handle a specific type of person, right? So say you guys are dealing with subprime, you guys are going to have a lot of knowledge for how you are able to help anyone with a bad credit situation, how you can get them into a better deal, etc., right? So that being said, you're going to have that authority because you are able to answer a lot of their questions that they have and a lot of concerns that they have when it comes to the buying process, because you have so much depth and knowledge on that specific type of person. So when you're speaking directly to those problems, they're like, oh, yeah, I've been dealing with that. That makes a lot of sense. So you become the person that's quickly seen as an expert as to solving their problems. So last but not least is customers who feel understood. Those are ones that buy, right? So that boils down to you knowing exactly what their deepest pains are, what their deepest desires are, and what their struggles are as a car buyer, right? So that being said, you understanding that's going to give you an upper hand when it comes to your marketing, because when you put out your content and you put out stuff that helps them learn how to buy a car, or help them through the buying process, they're going to see you as their go-to person, and they're going to see you as the authority within the space. Okay, once you clearly define your audience, you really need to understand exactly what keeps them up at night, what are they terrified of, and what exactly do they want when it comes to this whole buying process that you offer them, right? So after briefing through these things, you guys can quickly see, okay, this is how I can define my customer avatar. This is how I can create content to be speaking to those people so that they see me as an expert and somebody who can solve their problems. And then you can see how once you build that relationship with somebody, that once they have that trust built with you and they understand who you are and they trust you, they're going to be reaching out to you as soon as they need a car, because they have got some value from you and you've been able to speak directly to their problems and provided them a solution, which is you, right, the car salesman, to their problem and fulfilling them with a vehicle that they need for their specific issue or whatever their situation is, right? So that being said, that's exactly in a nutshell why you need to understand your audience when it comes to marketing and sales as a whole, and how you can apply this knowledge to have a leg up over your competition.